Here's something crucial for those searching. Just because you purchase a home below your ideal mortgage limit doesn't mean you automatically have extra funds for renovations. Also, don't assume you can easily knock down walls or make big changes without thinking it through. Houses often make eerie sounds during the night. My mortgage is publicly accessible information, and there are numerous companies that collect that data, sending out misleading mail to confuse people, especially seniors, into making costly decisions. It's a lot more responsibility than I anticipated. Frequently, I feel like the house controls me, and I miss the carefree days of renting. Being in charge of every single detail is draining, especially if you're not into DIY. Know where and how to turn off the water supply. Never leave your garden hose connected during winter. You'll find yourself constantly on the lookout for water leaks like it's a hobby. Any sound of running water makes your heart race. Home maintenance is a major time commitment. You've probably heard the saying, the grass is always greener on the other side. I recently came across a new version. The grass is greener where you water it, which shifted my perspective on many things, including owning a home. Location is critical, not just the neighborhood, but where the house is situated. My first home was a great starting point, and I got lucky with no big issues at first. But it was located on a busy street, and the constant noise and dirt from the traffic were impossible to ignore. That's not something you can change. And I overlooked it because I was so focused on the budget and other factors. You can never fully prepare for everything that might go wrong. I once showered, walked to the kitchen, and discovered my bathtub was leaking onto the kitchen ceiling, destroying my dinner and my budget. I had to make multiple attempts to fix it on my own before affording a professional. When you can't afford repairs, you learn to live with a lot of problems. After my second attempt to fix the ceiling, I just taped a piece of cardboard over it to hide the exposed tub. It wasn't pretty, but it worked for me. I learned a lot from that first house, and when I sold it, I had a checklist of things to prioritize for my next place. A leaky bathroom was top of that list, and cosmetic issues came second. The repairs never seem to end. Number one rule, stay away from homes with an HOA at all costs. Grass grows at an unbelievable rate. I've realized that some projects can take years to finish, like a bathroom remodel. While doing it yourself can save a lot of money, professionals can wrap it up in just a day or two. Deciding which projects I'll tackle myself and which ones I'll hire someone to do. That small task you think will only take a few hours? It'll actually take 8 hours and require multiple trips to Home Depot. Even working on minor issues, like repainting the laundry room, uncovers surprises you didn't expect. Continue reading with Bored Panda Premium, unlimited content, ad-free browsing, dark mode. Subscribe now or sign in if you're already a subscriber. I've learned so much about landscaping, irrigation, and everything from beams to plumbing. When I bought my house, I didn't think about things like vent placements. They're in weird spots on the floor, or where outlets were located. It's a historic home, so I knew it would have quirks. But I wish I had considered these details more, since I plan to stay for a long time. There are ups and downs. Nothing's ever perfect, but it's all yours. Any home improvement project, whether you do it yourself or hire someone, will take longer and cost more than you think. Don't feel pressured to complete everything right away. Address HVAC, plumbing, and safety concerns first, then handle other needs as they come. Before buying, take a high-quality video tour of the property. Don't just rely on photos, then compare it after you've moved in. Some people shouldn't own homes because they neglect maintenance, which leads to problems for the next owners. Some inspectors miss major issues or do a poor job. Visit the property multiple times at different times of day before finalizing your offer. Some hidden issues like bad neighbors or noisy businesses can only be noticed with multiple visits. Buy tools as needed for projects and tackle as many DIY tasks as you can. It'll save you a lot in the long term. Choose a house with a simple, easy-to-maintain roof. The more complicated it is, the more expensive and difficult it'll be to repair. Window treatments are incredibly expensive. I just spent over $6,000 for 22 windows, and I did the installation myself. Plant a tree as soon as you move in. After owning and maintaining an older home for a few years, I honestly feel like I could become a professional home inspector or handyman. Want a nice-looking lawn? Try to kill it. It'll thrive. Don't bother watering or spending money on fertilizers. Just let nature take its course, and it'll look great. Actually, a diverse natural lawn is even healthier. Always buy a house with a flat yard. The issues with your neighbors could be worse than the problems with your house. Not everything is urgent, but don't forget to rake the leaves. Having no neighbors above or below you is amazing. There will always be some issues, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love it. Visit a potential home at different times of day and night. Don't be caught off guard by loud neighbors, traffic noise, or lighting changes at night. Neighbors can change, so be prepared for that. I realized I don't want to be a homeowner. Maybe we bought too large of a house, or maybe I'm just not fond of the area. It was a great deal, and we sold it for nearly double what we paid 4 years ago. Now I'm looking forward to living in a maintenance-free, comfortable apartment. I used to think owning a home was a milestone of success, but I didn't realize the amount of effort and responsibility involved. Water is your enemy. Never let it pool around your house. The only thing you can't change about a house is its location. Everything else can be altered with time and money. This is an important factor. If you plan to sell, as a great home in the right location can make all the difference and attract more buyers. Neighbors don't automatically become friends. It takes years. Do your research on potential neighbors. Homeownership is different from renting. You can't just leave when things get tough. We've been here for a year and are now dealing with a legal dispute with our neighbors. Your monthly payments will likely increase. As insurance rates and property taxes go up, so will your escrow needs. If it's hidden from view, it's probably worse than you think. If you can't afford to spend $10,000 at a moment's notice, don't buy a house. Don't hire the inspector recommended by your real estate agent. I learned what aphids are, and now I can't stand them.